Here, Sherry Clark from Fork in the Road comes in, and we get emails about what Sherry's had talked about earlier in the week, so we have an idea of what's going on. And when we received the email about what was going on today, there was a story on TV about the Volkswagen deal happening. So I saw the story about Volkswagens, then I looked down and saw that we're talking about lemons, and this is the first thing that came to mind. Now, if you remember this, you're an old fogey, like yours truly.
Like you? Okay.
Yeah. This is from like the 60s, wasn't it?
It's from 60s, yeah. Yeah. Very popular, very long
and this was one of the most successful campaigns that Volkswagen had in the 60s. So when we're talking lemons, okay, you got a kind of a high bar to clear. Are you going to be able to do so today?
I can definitely do so.
All right, let's see what you can do.
Lemons are a big part of my life. I do lemons every single day. I love them. They're alkalizing. They got a lot of vitamin C, and a lot of times people take them for granted. So I want to elevate the lemon here today.
All right.
When you say alkalizing, just not to run past that, but
Sure.
there's sort of a thought now that you want to keep your body kind of alkaline.
A higher pH level. Yep. Right. The pH level goes from 0 to 14, and 7.5 being 7 in the middle.
Right.
And you want to do lemons because they make the blood a little bit more alkaline. Yeah.
Okay, now it's alkaline, not alcohol, Jason. So you know that, okay?
Although what we're doing here, we could put some alcohol in, but we'll get to that.
If people have issues with citrus or sensitivities or anything like that, should they worry about anything like this? But it's all natural, so give it a try.
Yeah, it depends on what your sensitivity is, because that could be a really wide open thing. If you're thinking like, oh, you're worried about it eroding your tooth enamel, which citrus and acid actually, because it's acidic, although it has a pH that's alkaline, you drink your lemon water through a straw. That will help prevent the lemon juice from sitting on your teeth. That would be one option. Okay. And if you're sensitive because you've got canker sores or whatever, get those fixed, and then you can have your lemonade.
There you go.
Perfect.
All right, now we're talking lemons, obviously, but again, if you grab lemons, you have them sitting around for a while. If you don't use them and they go bad, a lot of people just soon as reach for the container of lemon.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on reaching for the container as opposed to this before we get started?
I'm so glad you asked that question. I really am anti the little plastic lemon. First of all, you know me. The first thing I'm going to say is look at the expiration date, and it's months from now. This lemon won't be good months from now. So, and working with and buying and using fresh lemons is really not that difficult. Buy them as you need them. Buy them once a week. Here's how I do it. Okay, so on Sundays, I get out some lemons and I will juice them. So this would be what would be in my refrigerator. I would do this Sunday, and this will last me the entire week. And the reason that I do it is I like to have hot water with lemon in the morning.
Which a lot of people swear by this.
They do, and I love this. And I just put a little cinnamon stick in mine because it gives a little bit of a nice flavor because it's fall. In the summertime, I might skip that. I might put stevia in if I want it to be sweeter. It's a really great thing, and it's really good if you're trying to get off of coffee. Okay, when you're buying lemons in the store, if you take a look at always look at the sticker on the produce.
Right.
This one, the sticker has the 5-digit number beginning with a 9. That is the clue that it is organic.
Well,
exactly.
9 means organic.
9 means organic, and a 4-digit number. So this number is 94958. If this were a traditional or conventional lemon, it would simply be 4958. The 9 would be dropped off. So it's a good way to know.
How much pricier are organic than regular lemons?
It depends on the season, where you're buying them, time of year. There's no real hard fast rule. They are at a premium. It's not a huge. To me, it's worth it. And the reason why is I oftentimes will use the zest, and I use the zest in one of our recipes.
You eat everything. That's the difference. You eat absolutely
When I discovered
everything.
zest and what that was, oh my gosh, does it make food flavorful?
It's so wonderful.
Yeah.
So let's get to this so that you can start tasting it. Okay. So what I do is I cut the lemon in half. I make the juice. Okay. Now, the first thing that I'm going to tell you is I don't let the lemon cup, the leftover hollowed out lemon, go to waste. You can see what you've got there. I've used it as a little container, so you've got an appetizer. This is called a lemon cup.
Okay.
And as you might have guessed, I have stuffed it with some carrots, shredded very finely. I put a tiny little bit of dressing on it, not a lot.
Wow, that's really good.
Isn't that tasty?
What kind of dressing?
I just use walnut oil, maple syrup, a little bit more lemon juice, and that's it.
That's really good.
Isn't that delicious? And it's so
not oily at all.
No, not at all. And because part of it is because the fluid from the carrot makes it. The reason we put oil on dressing is so that your oil on salad is so that your salad isn't dry.
Right.
One of the reasons. And so the carrots are really moist, so I didn't have to add anything to them. And then I put currants on the top, one to break up for color, but also to add just a little bit of sweet and a texture difference.
That's really good.
I love to do these as an appetizer, you know, a pre-dinner course, and just to use the lemons. And then if the lemons are still left over, which they would be, because you're not going to eat those, I slice them up, put them in vinegar, and use them as a spray on my countertop. So
Say what?
yeah, I spray my countertops with vinegar.
Okay.
Because it's a good thing to cut. It cuts grease and it's not a chemical and you know, it smells fresh.
Yep.
Right.
But it smells even fresher when you put lemons in it. So so nothing goes to waste at my
Interesting,
house.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
so
got it.
that's your
Very fresh.
first course. Let's take a look at your beverage. What we've got here is I've given you some clues about what the ingredients are in here. Got the clues?
So rosemary.
Rosemary, and then obviously lemons, and we're talking about lemons today.
And your sweetener, which is
I used honey.
honey in this one.
Yes, and now you don't have to use honey. You could use stevia if there's a reason that you don't want to have honey. You could
So would
use.
this be considered like a lemonade?
It was exactly. It's a rosemary lemonade. Isn't that delicious and so
Smells amazing.
refreshing?
Jeez, that's great.
And if you wanted to make it an adult beverage, because I know that's your next question,
I've
Jason.
never had lemonade taste like this.
Isn't it great?
I'm like the Foster Brooks of this show.
That's okay.
You are, and you played the part really well. We could use cucumber vodka. Wouldn't that be
wow.
That'd be
delicious
refreshing.
in there? Yeah.
So
Exactly.
what's in this again?
It's rosemary. So I steep the rosemary in hot water,
Okay.
just for a few minutes, 10 minutes at the most.
Okay.
Take the rosemary out, and the rosemary that's in there now I haven't used.
Right.
It's just your garnish. Fill the rest of the way with water. Add the honey or other liquid
That is
sweetener.
really different.
Oh, that's
Lemon juice. Give it a stir.
About how much lemon juice compared to the hot water?
I used a half cup to make. I made you an entire quart.
Okay.
I use a half a cup of lemon juice, and if viewers want the recipe, just
Okay,
let me
yeah,
know, and
okay.
I can post it on the YouTube channel.
please
whatever.
do, yeah.
But it's very, very easy, very simple,
That
like
is
all of my
delicious.
recipes.
So what do you do? How do you reuse the rosemary after you boil it down?
Well, I would actually make that into a tea. So, yeah, a rosemary tea would be really nice.
be delicious.
Rosemary and sage go really nice together. And then
That is
finally, I
refreshing.
would compost it. When we're really done
I
with it,
didn't know you
because
did that.
yeah, I'm a composter. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because then I take the soil and grow those sprouts that you like so
Oh,
much.
and I do like those. Yeah.
So
that's
dessert.
Really good.
We've got dessert today, kids.
Tasty. We haven't had lemon face yet. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so and you won't on the dessert either.
Oh, okay.
Although it's not ridiculously sweet. These are lemon truffles, and they're lemon scented truffles. So what the primary rule in these, and you always know what's in these. You always know that there's dates and nuts, and you could use a fork or not. You're so polite. And then that's where we've used the lemon zest. So let me show you really quickly, because people always want to know, how do you use lemon zest?
Yeah, do you move the fruit or do you move the grater?
Well, it depends on what you're using. I move the fruit.
Okay.
So what I do is I'll put it over
question.
a bowl. It
Never
is a good
thought of that.
question.
I'm a guy.
Take and you would take the sticker off if you were going to do the entire thing, but we'll just grate today.
Well,
And
how natural is that? I thought you eat everything.
Yeah.
That's not a natural
Okay.
product. And then you just simply move it and just keep rotating it. And what we're going to do is we're going to want to get down just about, see, this is a pretty nice thick skinned lemon. It's going to take me a little bit to get to the white, which is great. So great.
Great, that's
great.
good.
Yes.
Boom.
And so this is what the zest looks like when it comes out. There'll be some zest remaining on the bottom of this item. So I take the plastic part and hit it against the bowl so that it comes out. And then that's how you get lemon zest. Don't go down to the white. The white is the pith. It gets a little bit bitter.
I would say bitterness.
Yep. So
And
we
that's why
just
we
want
say it's
the
important,
zest.
especially in this condition, to use organic, because if people are using pesticides, things like that, it goes into.
That's exactly right. It would be on the surface.
So you'd be scraping it off right off the bat.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. This is another kind of zester, which a lot of people have,
that
and this
little guy.
works in a very similar way. And you just simply go like
Oh, wow, that
that.
just peels it back, doesn't it?
Yep. And this one would be used. I would use this if I see how this makes it long. I would probably use this one if I were going to garnish it. For example, sprinkle it onto the tray or whatever. But this one, for me, is a faster. And when I'm making a recipe, this is the one that I'll use because I'm using it as an ingredient.
Right.
I know people at home, some people probably roll their eyes a bit at the organic
This
thing.
is
The
so
longer I've known
tasty.
you, I mean, I send you stuff all the time that I find about. It seems like every week there's some new chemical that they find in food
Yeah.
that's doing bad things. And the more I know her, the more I'm like, wow, you know, we should really eat more organic than we do.
And you know, here's another thing. On my Facebook page recently, just this past week, I posted a challenge to my followers. I said, buy an organic apple and buy an unorganic apple. Same varietal. If you're going to buy Honeycrisp, buy one of each Honeycrisp. And taste them. Have somebody turn around so you can't see the label and do a blind taste test. I think that will help you make your decision too. There's a big difference.
All right. Well, I had no idea. I knew lemons were amazing, have an amazing aroma. I had no idea that it could be this tasty.
All right, now, if
Yes.
people want to get these little tips and some other ideas, where should they go?
They would go to www.fork-road.com.
And sign up for the email. It's really good. They have good stuff.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. This is very good.
Very good. Thank you.